What if some of the things we believe about life are actually reversed? What if chasing happiness only pushes it further away? What if real strength isn't about control, but about letting go? And what if the wisest thing we can do is admit that we don't know everything? Across time, great thinkers and philosophers have noticed something surprising. Life doesn't always function the way we assume. The more we try to hold on to something, the more it slips away. The more we insist on being right, the more we might be missing. This is the wisdom of paradox, and understanding it can shift the way we see everything. The paradox of truth. The more we define it, the less we understand. We often think of truth as something solid, something we can grasp, something we can prove. But is it? The deeper we explore, the more complex it seems. The ancient philosopher Laozi once said, "The way that can be spoken of is not the eternal way." In simple terms, the moment we try to define something like truth, we put limits on it. Words can't always capture reality. Even science tells us this. In quantum physics, tiny particles shift their behavior when we observe them. Just looking at them changes their actions. Philosophy tells us the same thing. Two people can witness the same event, yet recall completely different versions. Why? Because truth isn't just about facts. It's shaped by how we see things. So what does this reveal? It shows us that truth isn't always something we can lock down. The harder we try to define it, the more we alter it. Maybe real wisdom isn't about discovering a final answer, but about remaining open to new viewpoints. The paradox of control. While letting go gives us more power, we all seek control over our lives, our future, and the world around us. But the harder we try to hold on, the more unpredictable life becomes. The Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius understood this well. You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. We can't always determine what happens to us. We can't shape the actions of others, but we can decide how we respond. Eastern philosophy echoes this wisdom. In Taoist thought, water symbolizes strength, not because it forces its way through obstacles, but because it moves around them. Laozi explained it this way: the softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. True strength isn't about resistance, it's about adaptability. The paradox of control shows us that real power isn't in forcing things to go our way. It's in understanding how to move with life, not against it. The paradox of self. Are we who we think we are? Who are you? Are you your thoughts, your memories, your name? Buddhist philosophy suggests that the self is an illusion. Neuroscience agrees. There's no single part of the mind that holds our identity. Instead, our sense of self is always shifting, shaped by our experiences. Even modern science questions identity. In studies of split-brain patients, different sides of the mind seem to have independent thoughts. So, if we are one person, why can our brain disagree with itself? And think about this. Who you were 5 years ago is not the same as who you are today. Your thoughts, beliefs, even personality have changed. So if you are always evolving, who are you really? Maybe identity isn't something fixed. Maybe it's something fluid. Maybe who we are isn't about our past. It's about who we are becoming. The paradox of time. The future never arrives. We live our lives focused on tomorrow, dwelling on yesterday. But what if the only thing that truly exists is right now? Philosopher Alan Watts once said, "No valid plans for the future can be made by those who have no capacity for living now. Here's the paradox of time. The future never really comes. When we get there, it just becomes now. And the past, it only exists in memory. Even Einstein's theory of relativity challenges time. It's not constant. In some ways, past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. This is why mindfulness and meditation emphasize the present, because the only time we ever truly have is now. Conclusion: how to live with paradox. So, what do we do with all these contradictions? We accept them. We stop trying to fix everything and start embracing life as it unfolds. The greatest minds in history didn't try to solve paradoxes. They learned to live with them. Maybe real wisdom isn't about absolute answers. Maybe it's about becoming comfortable with uncertainty. Maybe happiness isn't something we chase. It's something we uncover. Maybe true strength isn't about resistance. It's about flexibility. And maybe, just maybe, that's the wisdom we've been searching for all along. What do you think?